All right, so we're going to be talking about dating, your money, and how to build a long-term relationship with your finances. So there's going to be a lot of examples I'm using with a real relationship, a romantic relationship in your life, and the similarities between that and trying to build a healthy relationship with your finances. And this is a really interesting way to do it because I don't think a lot of people see money as a relationship. I think we just see it as this object that we just need. It's the ends to a means to live out our day-to-day lives and to basically survive. But like anything in life, whether it's a romantic partner or a family or a friend, there is a relationship that exists between you and your finances. And we're gonna get into what this looks like and why and how you can really build a healthy long-term relationship with such a powerful and useful and expansive tool that can really ultimately help you to live your best life. All that you want to accomplish and unlock in this life may be determined on how much money you have and income that you have. So the earlier that you're able to foster a healthier relationship with your finances, the more wealth and abundance you'll be able to obtain and acquire in this lifetime and possibly for generations to come. And I just want to preface and say that just because you're not good with money now doesn't mean you'll never be. Being good with your finances, learning how to better manage your finances, I honestly think is a skill. Just like a relationship, a romantic relationship, friendships, they're all skills. They're skills that show up in different ways, whether it's through communication, trust. These are the foundational principles of building any healthy relationship. So I wasn't the best with my money growing up. I was horrible at saving. I had tons of debt, and I had to get to a place where I had to figure out what were these poor habits that I had in relationship to my money. Why were those poor habits there? What was the mindset that I had around money? And then eventually I got to a place where I had a healthier relationship with my finances, right? I was able to eventually save and start investing. And so I also want to remind you that just because you're not there yet doesn't mean that it's not possible for you. So, like any relationship, before we even start going out there and dating, getting to know one another, and then eventually getting to the commitment stage and then growth and the marriage and whatever, la-di-la-di-la, we live happily ever after, right? Opening your heart. And I think this is actually a hard thing that people have even just with their regular relationships outside of money. Opening your heart to this abundance of energy and love and understanding that money, that this other idea or concept or individual, whatever, also wants the same thing, that there's someone else out there that wants the same thing as you. Money is readily available. Money is technically unlimited. There's an unlimited amount of money available to you. And so it's really just opening your heart to that idea. Opening up yourself to believing that you know what? Right now, I may not feel like I have a lot, and I maybe don't feel supported with money right now, but I want to get to a place where I am. And recognizing that I've seen other people be able to do it for themselves, so I must be able to do it too. And the reason why I say that is because we all come from the same source. We all are created from God, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it. We all come from the same source. We were all made up of the same atoms, elements, molecules, types of cells. They may manifest differently, may have different energetic blueprints, but at the end of the day, we all come from a similar source. And so what one person's able to do, you also are able to do it. I honestly don't see any difference between you and Oprah, and you and Bill Gates, and you and Warren Buffett. There honestly is no difference except for the fact that you don't believe that you can achieve what they've been able to achieve. And so opening up your heart to the possibilities. I'm not disregarding the realities of the systems and a lot of the isms that we have to face: classism, racism, genderism. There are a lot of heavy external factors at play here that can also prevent us to have a healthy relationship with our finances and to just have healthy relationships in general. But still, there has to be an opening. There has to be a belief. There has to be a trust and hope that there is a possibility for resolution. And there is a possibility for resolution. As hard as it may seem, like it's not available to you right now, and it may never be available to you right now, you need to believe that there is a possibility that I can have the abundance and the relationship that I want with my money in the future, right? So in doing that, I know it's hard to just say, just believe in yourself. So of course it takes like some internal work, going over those limiting beliefs. Why do you believe that money is not available to you? Why do you believe that you are not resourceful? Why do you believe that money is bad or money is evil? Why do you feel like you're not capable? You are not capable enough. You are not smart enough to deal with money, right? And a lot of these things you can work on by finding support, working with a coach, going to therapy, working on some of these traumas and belief sets, educating yourself. I always say education. Oh my God, knowledge is power, right? Knowledge is power. I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't read the amount of books I read on investing and being financially wealthy. A lot of it didn't just land in my lap, guys. I never came from a lot of money. I wasn't someone that was good with money. But I decided one year, you know what? I'm gonna read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that forever changed my life just from one book. So also just educating yourself. Knowledge is power. Sometimes a lot of the change that we wanna see in our lives, it's not just gonna come to us and fall in our lap. We have to go and seek it. We have to go out there and research and talk to people and find support. You don't have to do this alone, and most likely you won't be able to do it alone, right? So that is really important. Opening up your heart to the possibilities and believing that you are worthy and believing that those opportunities are available to you and allowing for the universe to co-create. We all come from the same source. The universe wants the best for you. God wants the best for you. You need to believe that. You need to trust that. There needs to be a trust in yourself, your higher self, and a trust in a higher power that there's a reason why you are here and that you are not just here to suffer. You are allowed to have more. You are allowed to live in abundance if you choose and you want it. Not saying that it's going to be super easy, but if you do the work, the internal and the external work to get there, oh my God, how much of a healthy and abundant and expansive relationship you can call in and obtain and get to ultimately experience. So once you've opened up your heart to the possibilities, right? Just like how you have to open your heart to the possibilities that like that man is out there for you, that woman is out there for you, your life partner, you have to open your heart and believe that it's true, right? 2, then you get into the dating phase. Okay, you're on a little apps. We're like talking to different people, trying to figure out like what this person wants. What do I want? What are the things I like about them? Can I see this person being in my life long term, right? Same thing with money, except of course it looks a little different, right? There are different ways to make money. So that's an aspect of dating. What about your career? Most people, the way that we earn our income is from what we do, right? Your career. So be honest with yourself. Is the career that you're in a career that you're happy in? Do you like your job? Do you love what you're doing? If not, that can create some issues with your finances because you may be making a lot of money, but then you don't enjoy the money that's coming in because you're burnt out all the time or you're frustrated. So it's not just about the quantity of the abundance that you want to obtain and the money that you want, but you also have to enjoy the quality of it that's coming to you. You know, are you making an honest living? Are you someone who is in a relationship with money, but it's toxic? Maybe the money that's coming to you has negative strings attached. Maybe the money that's coming to you comes with harm and it comes with a certain type of karma and negative energetic attachment to it. So those are things we also have to ask ourselves when it comes to dating or money. How are you choosing to make your money? Do you like the way that you are earning and making your money? And if you don't, figure out what that looks like. What do I want to do for a living? How do I want to show up? How do I want to make an income? For me, I feel super good about the way that I make money when money does come in because I'm helping people. I'm a coach. I'm creating positive impact in people's lives. And I deserve to have the money that's coming to me because I'm doing damn good at what I do. And I know that what I'm doing for others is also helping them too, right? And I'm really good at what I do outside of even coaching. I have a lot of other skills that I can apply to other industries, right? Marketing. Because of my business, I learned a lot about marketing. So I can find a job and a role in marketing that's in alignment and feel really good about the money that will be coming in from that. Same thing with administrative work. So also looking at like the skills that you have, right? I'm also a really good writer. And that is one thing that I'm also working on, writing a book, becoming an author. And so you need to be really honest with yourself. Is the way that I'm making money how I want to be making my money? Is it an honest way to make money? Do I feel good about it? Is it in alignment? Really date and get to know like that aspect of you and the way that you want to interact with your finances. Also, budgeting is going to be really important. So we all don't budget the same way. And so you're also going to have to explore, flirt a little with like, okay, maybe I try a budgeting app. Maybe budgeting apps don't work for me. Maybe I need something that's a little bit more detailed and robust. Maybe I need to like work on spreadsheets, find a spreadsheet that works for me where I can keep track of my finances. Maybe I need to figure out like a time to check in with my money. Maybe I'm avoiding my finances. Maybe I haven't filed my taxes in years, right? Like these are some of the conversations you have to have. How often are you also checking in with your finances? How do you like to check in with your finances? Just like any relationship, there are going to be moments in a relationship where actually being proactive is going to be better than being reactive. Asking your partner, how are they feeling? How are they feeling with the changes that are happening within a relationship? Communicating with each other, checking in with each other. Hey, you did something the other day that I didn't like, right? Or this happened and I don't want it to happen again. How can we resolve it and make sure that this doesn't happen again? So these are also conversations you can be having with your finances. Hey, like this bill came in unexpectedly. And actually in hindsight, when I think about it, actually I knew this bill was coming. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't budgeting. I wasn't accounting for it, right? And now it snuck up on me. So like, how can I prevent that from happening again? How can I check in with you more often to ensure that this doesn't happen, that I get an unexpected bill, that I found out that my credit score is really poor, right? Checking in with your finances, like I said in the previous point, could also just be educating yourself. Knowledge is power. Sometimes you don't know how to be better because you don't have the information at hand. And so checking in with your finances also means like educating yourself, doing the research. Maybe once a month you can say, I'm going to read a book on finances. Maybe at least once a year, I'm going to read a finance book just to keep myself on top of things. Maybe I'm going to sign up for a financial newsletter. Maybe sign up for my newsletter, right? To know what's going on in the world, in the economy, reading the news, finding a newspaper or journal that you like and you're in alignment with, and stay on top of what's happening in the world. What's happening with my money? What's happening with the collective's money? Understanding how the system works. What is capitalism? A lot of people don't even understand how capitalism works, why it even exists. Do you know who invented capitalism? Because capitalism wasn't invented. Our world never always looked like this. There was a point in time where we used to barter, we used to exchange things without any currency. And so there is also an onus on you to understand the system that you're in and why you're in it. And maybe that can even encourage all of us to realize that like this system actually isn't working and how we can go about changing it. But we can't change the system when we're not knowledgeable on it, right? So really date and please get to understand your finances. What is money? Why does it exist? What is a credit card? What is debt? What is a liability? What's an asset? These are all aspects of dating and getting to know your finances, right? Then we move into commitment. So commitment is, now we're at a point where maybe you're starting to feel really good about your finances. You're starting to set goals, right? Now you understand enough about money. Now you're like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to be a victim to my situation right now. I'm going to figure out how I can get from point A to point B. I'm committing myself to you, money, and letting you know that next year, I'm going to have this much debt paid off. 5 years from now, I'm going to have that starter home. 3 years from now, I'm going to start that business. Or I'm going to get funding, find the ways to get funding so I can secure the money to start the business as soon as possible. In 6 months, I want to take a trip. I want to treat myself. I've been working so hard. I want to go on vacation, but I don't want to use my credit card to go on vacation. I want to use money that I've saved. Okay? 40 years from now, I want to have a really large nest egg. I want to have millions of dollars sitting in my bank account. I want to start investing. Start to have these conversations with your finances. Let it know. Let your money know. This is what I want from you. This is what I want from you. This is how you get into relationships. You let the other person know, I don't want to be friends with benefits anymore. I want a serious relationship. I want commitment. This is what I want. And in a year's time, I want us to eventually move in with each other. 3 years time, I want to get married. These are conversations that I have with my partner. We haven't even been a year into a relationship yet, but we have these conversations. We have conversations about kids. How would we want to raise our kids? When would you want to have kids? When would you want to get married? All these things are super important. When would you want to feel comfortable moving in with each other? You need to be having these conversations. If you're scared to have these conversations with your finances, you're avoiding. And avoiding is not going to get you to where you want to be. It's better to sit and have these conversations and do the internal work to get yourself to a place where you can have these conversations so that you can start making progress, seeing progress, and taking the necessary steps. All right. Woo! I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I'm like low-key like yelling. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just very passionate because I know you can do it. Okay, so then our last stage, right? Once we've agreed that like, yes, this is what I'm gonna get from you. This is what we want from each other. We're gonna support each other in getting to this. It's growth. So now it's just really like working towards it constantly every day. Growth, I always say this, right? And you've probably heard this already before. Healing is not linear. Any growth, anything that we do, it's never like this. You're never like, I'm gonna set out to accomplish a goal and it's just gonna be like this. It's gonna be so easy. We're just gonna, right? You all know in any relationship, I'm not saying relationships, and I have a video on this coming out, or it's already come out. I don't know. If it already has come out, I'll have something up here to refer to it. But I also made a video on the signs of a toxic versus healthy relationship. And I start off with saying that all relationships aren't easy, but they shouldn't be super difficult either. Relationships should not be toxic. They should not hurt. You should not be hurting all the time, because love is kind, love is patient, love is all those things. Love is not hurtful, love is not abusive, love does not put you down. So it's the same thing when it comes to your finances. As you're growing your relationship with money, there are going to be small challenges, right, that you may come up against. Maybe you're not as far ahead as you want to be with your goals, and that might feel demotivating. There may be unexpected things that just come up, things that just get shifted along your path to building wealth. And it's natural, it's common. But of course, if you're still going through things like adding on more debt and your credit score is bad because you're missing bill payments, you're still not learning your lessons from how you are supposed to show up for your finances, then like your finances is gonna disrespect you right back, right? And you're not gonna get the love and support and expansion that you need. And so, you know, really thinking about it as any kind of relationship, it takes work. I'm not saying that it's always gonna be super easy and effortless. I think over time, the more you work on your relationships, it should become easier over time and it should get better over time. Anytime you're in a relationship and it's just like, example, you never want a relationship, I don't even know if I can draw this or have a graph. You don't want a relationship that's like, you start here, it goes up, 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 and then it just comes crashing down. And it goes up, and it comes crashing down. Like, you know, you want like a little bit of like a, ooh, you know, ups and downs, but overall, it's going up. You don't want a relationship where like overall, there's ups and downs, but like increasingly it's getting worse over time. And so you need to recognize that with your finance. If you look back over the past 5 years, has your relationship with money looked like this, or has it looked more like this? And we want to get it to a point where it looks like this, right? I'm not saying that there won't be challenges. There are going to be little ups and downs, like in anything. But overall, are you seeing improvement? Overall, are you getting better? Are you feeling better about your finances? Are you feeling more confident about your money and the way that you interact with your finances and use it and manage it and build wealth, right? So that is the last stage, the growth phase, having all those things, having shifted your mindset to one that is more open and abundant, dating and getting to understand how you want to manage your money, what that looks like, understanding money and how it works, then getting to a place where you're ready now, you're confident to set certain goals around your finances. And then it's just continuously working towards those goals and tweaking it and pivoting as you go and growing and building that trust over time, right? And I hope this video really helped. I really do. I hope that you feel a little bit more confident on, what it should at least look like, that journey and relating to your finances and building and establishing a healthy long-term relationship. And if you really want to get started and you really need help with that initial piece, the opening up your heart, if you need help with any of these stages in your finances and you feel like you could be doing more, you could be doing better, I'm not saying that you have to be struggling with your finances, but maybe it's like, hey, like I want to be educated a bit more on like investing. How can I be better investing? How can I be better saving? Are there ways that I can be paying off my debt faster? Are there ways that I could be finding more income and making more money? Are there ways that I can like learn how to spend less and like not be as impulsive with my money? All these questions that we have around our finances, all these experiences that we tend to have around our finances at some point in time is natural. It's going to happen. And if you feel like you need some extra support in any of those areas, I am here for you, right? This is what I do. I'm a wealth coach. That's why I put so much time and energy in creating these videos. So if you are at any of these stages and you just want some additional support and help on figuring out how to break through and get to the next stage and just better your relationship with money, please reach out to me, okay? I have in the description below a link to my services, whether it's a one-on-one call, whether it's working with me long-term, whether it's my Wealth Well course, 12-week self-paced course that you can do on your own. There are so many ways that you can feel supported along this journey, and I hope that you will trust me and allow me to help you along that. So please like and subscribe as usual if you found this video to be helpful. Share with family and friends, share with others, really. Spread the love and knowledge and wisdom around, because the more that you educate your own network, the larger your net worth will be. And of course, sign up for my mailing list as well. I have bi-weekly newsletters where I talk about these different aspects of our finances. I talk about what's happening in the economy and the finance world. You can ask me your questions and I will answer them in the newsletters as well. So please don't feel like you're alone in this. You do have support. There are so many ways to really build a healthier foundation with your finances. And I'll see you guys in the next video, as always.